What's that smell?
Oh, that would be me. I've been swimming in raw sewage. I love it. I love it.
That's the signal. Let's go. Do it.
So, welcome to this episode of Trimming the Musical Fat, another special episode, as we are going to be playing U2 Family Feud and also Trim the Career. So we'll take a look at, hypothetically, U2's career and when each of us thinks if they were to have called it a day, when would that have been the best time to maintain their mystique, their reputation, and so on. So that's what we're going to do. To do it, well, I'm Stephen Nicholson, and I'm joined by my co-host,
Paul Nicholson.
Okay, and we're joined by a special guest this evening as well, who we will introduce now. So, returning, Mr. Ross Braidwood. How are you, Ross?
Good, Stephen. All good. On holiday this week, so in good spirits.
Excellent. Glad to hear it. And Brian, how are you?
Good. I'm all right. Yes.
Who's munching on Chris?
I know who's eating.
Oh, that's me.
We run a professional show here. Come on.
Yes.
Just energy, double decker.
Sounds good, actually. That does sound good.
Yeah.
And last but certainly not least, Paul Murphy, who I think, Paul, it'd be fair to say you're not the world's biggest U2 fan. Would that be correct?
Oh, I like U2. I don't know. You've got
Really?
me. I think you've got me confused with your brother.
Ah, right. Okay.
I like U2. Not the new stuff.
Oh, controversial. Okay, guys, thank you all for joining. So I think what we'll do is let's jump straight into Trim the Career in this U2 themed special. So I'll maybe start with you, Brother Paul. When do you reckon, hypothetically, it would have been a good point for you to have either cease being a band or to cease being a recording unit and purely being a touring one? What would be the kind of album or tour or year that you reckon that would have been best?
It's funny because I got into U2 quite late and I didn't really like them until Actung Baby, but then I can appreciate the earlier stuff now. But for me, I suppose like every U2 album release was a big event. And then for me, probably maybe after Pop, that might have been a good time to call it a day as recording artists. Yeah.
Did you not like All That You Can't Leave Behind? You know, with A Beautiful Day, Elevation. You can't.
I mean, I
Make It
like
on
some
Your
of
Own?
I liked some of the songs on it, but I don't know if it was as important. Maybe.
Okay. So you're saying after the Pop Mark tour, that would have been the point to do it?
Yeah, because you can't go any higher than that, can you?
98.
That tour.
Okay.
Yeah.
Thank you for that. What about you, Roscoe?
It's a good point, actually. Maybe for a touring point of view, then Pop probably would be probably the kind of the tipping point. But obviously, within that, there's a bit of Spinal Tap-esque, with the lemon and them getting stuck. And it feels as if that was probably the peak of the shows. And probably from my point of view, I've seen them anyway, probably in the 80s, where it was just more a show and it was just a band playing. But yeah, definitely good shout for a live point of view. I think probably musically, I would probably actually go on to after How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. There's actually quite an album actually I like quite a lot. I think the singles are probably I think are stronger in the main than All That You Can't Leave Behind. And a pretty decent album. I mean, there's some couple of sort of dodgy songs in it, but in the main, a pretty good album. And I think, and it was probably more going into the sort of classic sound.
Yeah.
Maybe that was the right time. So I think, in 2004, I think it was when it was released. So that would probably be me, because the one after it is easily the worst album by a country mile. No Line on the Horizon, an absolute honker of an album. So it probably would be the best time to call it a day.
Okay, thanks, Ross. I'm going to jump straight to Brian, because I think Brian will make an impassioned defence of No Line on the Horizon. Am I right?
Well, yes, I do. I think it's a good album, actually. But I would agree with Ross. I think probably How to Dismantle a Bomb would be, I'd say, probably when they should have just finished up there, I think.
Yeah.
Even though I do like No Line on the Horizon, but I don't know if it's quite. I think that was the start of their maybe downfall. As good an album as it is.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. But like before, I think like All That You Can't Leave Behind and How to Dismantle, I think they're great albums.
Mm-hmm.
And even that, I think like the song Vertigo, would have been a good song for them to sort of finish up with.
Mm-hmm.
Remembered by, but yeah.
Okay.
Yeah,
so
but after No Line on the Horizon is pretty poor, I would say. After that.
yeah. Okay. So you're in agreement for Roscoe. Thank you, Brian.
Yeah, I would agree with
Paul?
Ross. Yep.
Okay.
So
Perfect.
good minds think alike.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. Paul Murphy.
I would have them split up just after The Unforgettable Fire.
It's quite early on, but
After Boy,
It would mean Bono. You wouldn't get like Bono at Live Aid.
So that was the year after,
Bono, going around like pretending he was American. You wouldn't get like The Edge, like a hat on and all this sort of thing. You wouldn't get any of that comedy U2 stuff. So I think that would be, like The Unforgettable Fire. They release that and then they decide to call it a day.
Okay, so
it's all seriousness. I would say
1984, yeah.
I would say for me, Achtung Baby should be where they should quit. They release that, they do the whole U2 TV tour, and that's really it. Like they were never going to get close to that again in terms of the spectacle. Pop isn't a brilliant album. It's okay. It's got. And I think that's the thing. That after that, even I went to see them when they're doing the All That You Can't Leave Behind tour, and they're kind of doing a bit of a greatest hits at that point. They had a couple of good songs on it, but not a good album. So yeah, I think after Achtung Baby, after the whole Zoo TV tour, it was kind of never quite as good. And I think at the left end, they'd be considered as a really, really good band. I think now, let's look back on it. And those bands, I mean, they're unfortunately, they're probably second to maybe Simply Red in terms of good bands from the 80s or bands from the 80s. Maybe, Deacon Blue, maybe just ahead of Deacon Blue or Simple Minds. So,
That's some run-off bands you're mentioning there, Paul, for the 80s. Classic.
Don't forget Curiosity Killed the Cat.
Johnny Hates Jazz.
But you're probably right with the Europa tour. The actual the show itself is probably the best show they've ever done in terms of spectacle, rather than pop, in my opinion, anyway. So you're right there, and obviously that maybe is the last classic album, isn't it? So good shout.
Thank you, Paul. And I'm going to make two people very happy because I'm going to agree with them. I think it would be How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb for a lot of the reasons that Brian and Ross that you've already said. But for me, I think that was the last time they were what I would say really relevant, as in being a chart-bothering album and singles band, where I think the release mattered, and it wasn't just fans; it was also the kind of general music fan as well would be interested in a U2 album. So obviously, I don't think it's their strongest album, and I do prefer All That You Can't Leave Behind. But it's a good album. I think it's got 3 classic U2 songs on it, which are Vertigo, Sometimes You Can't Make It On Your Own, and The Species, which I forget the name of.
Origin of the Species.
Yeah, Original Species, which is one of my favourite U2 songs.
It's
amazing. I love that song.
Awesome.
So, yeah, I just think, obviously, at that point as well, they've probably re-established themselves as the biggest band in the world again. Massive tour, chart success, and I think bands can kind of come in and out of popularity, and that was where they were very popular again. And maybe that would have been the best time to have called it a day. I think since then, yes, No Line on the Horizon. I don't hate that album. Actually, I agree with Brian. I think the first half of it's really good. Second half is quite poor. But then the album since then, none of them have been. Well, there's 2 since then. Neither especially good, I would say. So yeah, that's what I mean. I think maybe after How to Dismantle Atomic Bomb, that's where they became what I would call a legacy act, where people really then, but by and large, want to just hear the hits, because maybe the new stuff is not as good as the stuff that had come before.
I remember, Steve, just to add to it, Stephen, I remember when it came in, How to Dismantle Atomic Bomb came out. I think even before I properly heard the album, I think they'd released Vertigo at that point. They did a Radio 1 session.
Yes.
So they actually had done the songs, and so that was, I suppose, in saying relevance, they were kind of doing that. They were still doing Radio 1, but I don't know if they would necessarily do that now. It was amazing just hearing these songs on a sort of a studio. Like how it was made available, something like that. Yeah. It sounded really good then, and then you heard the album, and
yeah. No, agreed. Thanks, Ross.
What was it No Line on the Horizon was the one that they put free on?
Yes. That was Songs of Innocence.
Songs of Innocence. That's when you.
In 2014.
The Ballad of Joey Ramone or something.
Yeah. Well, no, I think the idea behind that was perhaps changing with the times and it was maybe I think the idea was a new way of getting your music out there. I think at that time the band said that there's a lot of noise in the marketplace and it's very hard to stand out now, and that was their way of doing it. But obviously it backfired because people felt their human rights were being infringed upon by having a U2 album on their Apple product.
The thing is, they're getting it for free. At the end of the day, you're not paying for it. So if you don't want it, just delete it.
Well, Apple had to release a software update so you could actually delete it. So that bad that Apple had to release an update to allow people to delete the album because I had so many complaints about it. Now, if that's not a reason to call it,
keep everybody happy, though. Do you not think though that you just can't keep everybody happy because people say, "Oh, money's tight and stuff," and then they're saying, "Well, we'll give you a free album." And
that was the one with the song, "The Ballad of Joey Ramone," wasn't it?
Yeah.
Well, that was
it was
peak,
awful.
Yeah.
You not like that song? No?
Yeah.
I like it. I think it's a good song. I like it. I would say it's a good song. Okay. Thank you then. As my laptop goes crazy.
It's quite serious. Is that a train coming?
Yeah, no.
Either that or it's somebody going into the boxing ring.
Yeah, no, it's just started to repeat, which was nice. Okay, guys, thank you for your input on that. So now let's have a bit of fun with Family Feud. All right, so our teams for this one are going to be, and now, in fact, I'm sure I'd said beforehand who the teams were going to be, and I'm forgetting what they are, but Paul, you were going to be with Paul, was that right? Or no, Paul was going to be with Brian.
I was going to be with Ross.
Oh,
Paul Murphy and myself, yeah.
right. Okay. There we are. My memory is wonderful. Okay,
Right.
so Brian and brother Paul
Okay.
are going to be the other team. So the
I'm
rules.
with Feather.
You're with Feather. So the rules for this,
Lucky
we've
man.
got up to 5 rounds, and it's the first team to win 3 rounds that win the game. The questions that I'll ask are all U2 related, and the answers have been taken from different U2 fan communities or fan groups on Facebook. So let's maybe go to the first round, and I'm going to invite down Brian and Ross. So come on down. Alrighty, so I'm going to ask the question, and the first person to shout an answer, well, I'll tell you if it's right or wrong. If you get it right, it's one of the answers. You can choose to play or pass. Brian and Ross, are you ready?
Yep.
Okay, so I'm looking for 5 possible
Yep.
answers here. Can you give me one of them? What is, based on fan feedback, the favourite 90s U2 single?
1.
Okay, Ross, you're in first. You've
One.
said 1. Is it one of the answers, though? See what I did there? Yes, it's the top answer. 1. So, Ross, do you want to play or pass? So, if you play, that means you and Paul will need to get the other 4 answers. If you pass, that means Paul and Brian need to get the 4 answers.
Paul Murphy, do you want to go for it?
Yeah, go for it.
Aye, well, let's go for it.
Okay, so just to remind you that you have 3 strikes here. So you can get 3 wrong answers. Once you've had your 3 strikes, the question goes to the other team, and if they can find one of the remaining answers, they win that round. So we've got 1, which is the favourite answer. Can you name me what the 4 remaining answers? What's your next choice?
The Fly?
The Fly. Number 2 answer.
What about Stay Far Away So Close?
Confident about that one, Roscoe?
Well, it's one of my favourites. I'm just taking it based on that. But yeah, I think it's quite a...
Oh,
That is correct.
Alright.
Yep, good answer. That was the 3rd.
Third, so we've got first, second, and third.
Mm-hmm.
Mysterious
You're looking
Ways?
for 4
Do you
and
think that'd be
5.
there?
Which one, sorry?
Mysterious Ways?
Mysterious Ways. He's wanting to go with that one?
Aye, go for it, yep.
No, surprisingly.
Okay.
It wasn't. Want to give me another?
What about...
That's not in it, no.
What about Lemon?
Oh, no. I don't think that's going to be the top. Is that going to be the top
Nah.
5?
You've got Lemon, you've got... who's going to ride you one horses?
Thing?
Even better Real Thing. Yeah, go with that. Yeah.
Even better than the real thing?
Yeah.
No. Okay, so
It's good, but it's not quite right.
Brian and Paul, get ready to steal.
What
Hold
else have
me,
we got?
thrill me, kiss me, kill me. What about that?
Good shout. Good shout. Go with that.
Hold me, thrill me, kiss me, kill me. Is it in there? Is it in there? No.
Oh,
So it goes over to Brian and Paul. So you just need to give us one of the remaining 2 answers to steal it.
What about
Staring at the
discotheque, Paul? Oh yeah, staring at the sun.
I think we were staring at the
Discotheque.
sun.
Or... Go for staring at the sun, yeah.
I think
Let's
so,
go
yeah. I
for
think
it.
that was more liked by the fans. Yeah, go for
Okay.
that, Stephen.
Yeah.
To steal
I'm
it,
happy with that, yep.
Staring at the Sun from 1997's Pop.
Yep.
No.
Sorry, Brian.
Okay,
Oh,
so
you're right.
unlucky. Ross and
Ooh.
Paul Murphy take the first round. So I'll give you guys for fun then. Another couple of chances to try and get those remaining two answers.
I think who's going to ride you? Obviously, scream and say it.
Have you been drinking alcohol, Ross?
I wish I was. I reckon that would be in there. It is.
Correct. It is indeed.
Cracker. My favourite pub. Yeah,
one more, and it's actually a surprising one, actually.
All right. Okay.
Sweetest Thing? That was re-released, wasn't it, as a single?
No, it's a 2000s, I think. Original in the 80s. What about Last Night?
The Sweetest Thing was 98.
Was it?
Best of, best of album.
All right. So we recorded.
One of the answers. Yeah, that's not one of the answers.
What about Europa? The song. A couple of crackers on Act 2 maybe that are brilliant as well. Would you call it So Cruel?
Remember it's Singles?
Oh, Singles?
Yep.
Right, okay, sorry. No, I got that wrong. What about Last Night on Earth?
Last Night on Earth?
Well
done.
Last Night on Earth?
Yes, that was the number 5 answer.
Good tune.
It's a good tune, yeah. Surprised it's number 5, but there you go.
There you go.
Alrighty, so well done, Paul and Ross. You have your one game up on Brian and Paul. So let's move into round 2. Now, this is a really good question. Before I give you it, why don't we get Paul and Paul down to the podium? Okay, here is your question. And for this one, again, we're looking for 5 possible answers. And the question is, again, based on U2 fans, which U2 tour do they wish they could have seen a show on?
Zoo TV.
Paul Murphy in there with Zoo TV. Is it one of the answers? Yes. That was the number 2 answer, to see a Zoo TV concert in the flesh. So, do you want to play or pass? Another 4 possible answers.
I think we'll play. Why not?
Play?
Go for it.
Okay. Want to give me another answer then, guys?
I'm trying to remember the tour names.
It's okay if you don't. If you give me a corresponding album, that's fine.
Pop Mart, obviously Pop Mart tour.
You reckon Pop Mart?
That's got to be in there, surely.
Number 3 answer.
Yeah.
Joshua Tree tour.
The original Joshua Tree tour.
Yeah, original one.
Yep.
Yeah.
8, 7, 8, 8 to 9. 2 to get.
You've got Elevation, haven't you, Paul?
Yeah.
What was the one with the heart? Was that Elevation?
That was Elevation, yeah.
Elevation.
Okay, the 2000-2001 tour, Supporting All That You Can't Leave Behind. No.
Go for the Unforgettable Fire tour, because that was the one that had the live EP, wasn't it?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, it did.
Unforgettable Fire?
Glad.
No.
Okay.
Ryan and Paul, get ready to steal.
How many have you got now, Stephen? 2?
You've got 3 correct, you've got 2 to get.
2 to get. So what was the one after? 360 tour?
Happy to go with 360?
It's got to be in there.
Yeah.
That was it. That was really all around, yeah.
1 more to get.
1 more to get. Have they done one since the 360 tour? We've done the Joshua Tree 25th anniversary, but I don't know if that counts.
They've done the Songs of Innocence.
Oh, right.
2014-15.
Vertical tour, was that?
Vertical. That was 2004-2005. Yep.
Vertigo.
Yeah, go for that. Yeah.
Okay. You want to go Vertigo?
Go for it.
No.
I think it'll be the other one.
Okay, so over to Paul, and Brian. What do you reckon?
Can you have been said again?
Mm-hmm. So
Yeah.
Joshua Tree, obviously 87, 88, 89. Zoo TV, which was 91, 92, which went into Zeropa in 93. Pop Mart, which was 97, 98. The 360 Tour, which was 2009, 2010. And the final answer, which has to be revealed.
Ooh, I was
Again,
actually thinking Vertigo as well, but that's
right.
That was the one we saw, yeah. What about, did they do a tour in 2000?
That was the elevation one.
Aye. So I think what they've got left is, what's it, Songs Innocence?
Remember, they did exist before Joshua Tree as well.
Yeah.
Hint. Hint.
Yes.
Well,
So the tour before Joshua Tree would have been, was that the Unforgettable Fire?
That's correct, which has already come out and was wrong.
Okay.
oh,
Would it be Live Aid? That's not
a tour. Correct, Paul. It's not a tour. That would be a performance.
the Live Aid tour.
What about the tour? What about the tour in '83 before Unforgettable Fire? That one.
War? Is that War?
Yeah.
Yeah. Or
Or
You going for
I
War?
would go for that one. Yeah.
yeah, we'll go with that. Go with
To
that.
Steal It, War, 1983. Yes.
yay!
Well done.
Yay.
Rising, eh? Rising.
Well done, Paul.
I knew that all along.
Well done.
Finally.
Yeah, it was War.
Well played.
What was the one before Unforgettable Fire again?
I know, yeah. What was that one?
That's right.
It's actually,
Like that one.
to give you, let's have a look at some of the other ones that were in there, which perhaps you didn't mention. The Joshua Tree Anniversary Tour came up. That just missed out. Unforgettable Fire just missed out. Vertigo as well, which you guys had mentioned. What else? I think the only other one was Songs of Experience, the 2014-2015 tour. And I think there was maybe a vote in there also for October, which was 82, is that right?
81, yeah.
Okay, so there we are. Well done anyway, Brian and Paul. That's one round each. Let's move on to our next round. So I'll welcome back to the podium Paul Murphy and Brian.
Yeah.
How to do it. So, first one to come in with their answer. This time we're looking for, based on fan opinion, the top 8 favourite U2 album covers.
Rattle and Hum.
Rattle and Hum?
Yeah.
Paul Murphy with Rattle and Hum. Is it in the top 8? It sure is. That was the number 5 answer. Okay, do you want to play or pass on album covers?
What do you think, Ross?
Go and play.
Or
Go on.
play or try to do a bit of strategy? Do you think they'll get all of them?
We've got a good chance, I think, of getting them all. You know the front covers.
Right, okay, we'll play.
Is it 8 out of how many albums?
Well, you're looking for another 7, and U2 studio albums we're looking for here. So there's, 13, 14 studio albums?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, do you want to give me another one then, guys?
I'll go for Acting Baby.
Acting Baby is correct. Number 1 answer. Favourite album cover.
Is it?
It was, yes. Favourite album cover for their best album.
Joshua Tree?
Joshua Tree. Yes, number 3 answer.
Pop.
Pop. With the 4 faces on it. Reminiscent of Queen's Hot Space. Is it in there? It sure is. Number 8 answer. Now it gets tougher, guys.
All that you can't leave behind will be on there.
All That You Can't Leave Behind, black and white shot. Was it Anton Corbin shot?
I think so.
I think it was, wasn't it? From yeah, Anthony Martial. Yeah, so 2000's All That You Can't Leave Behind. No.
Oh, right, okay.
It's not in there.
What about War?
War. What's on the cover of War?
A boy.
That's right, wee
Joe,
boy.
you remembered?
Wee boy,
Yes.
yeah.
Number 4 answer.
I don't know.
You've got 3 to get.
3 to get.
October?
Zooropa. Sorry. You say Bob?
No. Zeropa's not good. Zeropa's a terrible album cover. Looks like a child's done it.
Okay, that's what I like it. What did you say?
How about October?
You reckon? It's got some shoddy hairdos, but go for it.
October. Are you quite sure?
I think we're divided, but let's go for it.
October.
Nah,
Quite wise to be cautious, Ross. It's an absolute honker.
What about the free album with Johnny Ramone? That cover.
Now, so Brian and Paul, get ready to steal.
So you've got songs of experience, you've got songs of innocence, and you've got Unforgettable Fire been out yet?
It's
Boy?
not.
The original Boy one? 1980,
Boy.
wasn't it?
What do you want to go for?
Unforgettable Fire?
Yeah, go for Unforgettable Fire.
It's got a good cover actually, I like it.
Unforgettable. Correct.
Mm.
Number 2 answer. Very popular. You just have 2 to go. 2 to go, guys.
I reckon Boy's in there. I think Boy will be in it.
Again, what's
sure.
in the front? What's in the front of that one?
A boy. I think it's the same laddie actually. As
You'll see a pattern emerging here. So you're going for Boy. Number 7 answer. You've got 1 to get.
Zeropa. Zeropa or How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. I quite like that as a front cover actually. It's quite fun.
I would go with How to Dismantle an
Atomic Bomb.
I would.
And you've got Songs of Experience and Songs of Innocence as well. And they've got one with the son. Is it the son? I mean, it's Larry Mullen.
Is it Songs of Innocence?
And you remember you've got No Line on the Horizon as well.
That's right. So
I know you're doing your best to forget.
I don't remember.
It was an official release.
Well, it is actually. It's actually quite a decent front cover. You've got me thinking.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's probably not a bad shout.
Yeah, I would go for that. It sounds like people don't like the actual pictures of the band on it. So
Aye. So no Line on the Horizon.
Okay, to win the 3rd round. No.
Ooh.
So it goes over to Brian and Paul. 1 album to steal it.
It's got to be How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. Paul, what do you think?
Yeah, I think so. Is that Vanilla? Is that the one?
No,
that's all you can't leave
That's
behind.
all you can leave.
Oh, right, okay.
It's just sitting on a wall or something, isn't it?
It's like Red and Black.
It's a good
Oh,
photo.
yeah.
No, they're sitting at the bus shelter waiting on the 43.
Yeah. That's
Old Dalkeith Road.
Vertigo is the track.
That's it, yeah.
Yeah, that's quite good. Yeah, that might go for that, yeah.
How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb.
I think.
2004.
Yeah.
Are you going to steal it? Or are the points going to Ross and Paul Murphy? Well done, Ross and Paul Murphy. You got it. So you win the second round now.
Zeropa?
Yes, Zeropa.
Is it?
Yes.
No way.
Zeropa.
who are these people that answered? They're like,
What was it, Paul, you said? What was it you said again about?
Yep, the number 6 answer, Zeropa.
I'm sure that was Mind Games with Paul Murphy there.
A cunning tactician.
Took us right off the scent.
Yeah.
That was
Okay.
Sir Alex Ferguson level mind game.
It was.
Yeah. There we are. So they win that one. So that means the pressure's on Brian and Paul to win the next one to stay in the game.
It
So
is.
let's get Paul and
No,
Darren.
Ross. It's going to be me, isn't
Yeah,
it?
Ross
Yeah,
is
Ross
Ross
is
has missed
sorry.
a shot.
Oh, all right. Let's get you down to the podium.
All right.
All righty, guys. So here's your question. We're looking for the top 6 least favorite U2 albums.
October.
Europa.
October, Ross was in there first. So you've gone for October, but is it in the top 6, Ross? Yes, it was the number 1 answer.
I didn't like it.
Okay, so October, so there's 5 more to get. Do you want to play or pass?
Well, we change, Paul. Do you want to pass over? See if they can.
What was the question? I was out the room. Sorry.
It was yeah, go for it.
Yeah, sorry, the top 6 least favorite U2 albums.
Oh, let's go for it. Why not? Eh?
Okay. Least favourite, and this is by the fans, isn't it? Yeah, I'm
It
thinking.
is indeed.
I was actually thinking of the actual band itself. 'Cause I know I don't know.
Yeah.
Least favourite. What do you reckon, Paul? I mean, Pop is one of the ones that's a bit maligned.
Oh, well, you can go for all the recent ones. I mean, you just go for everything in the past 10 years.
No Line on the Horizon. Let's go with no Line on the Horizon. See if that's in there.
No Line on the Horizon is the number 2 answer.
Yep.
Okay, so 4 to go.
Songs of Innocence.
Yeah.
Songs of Innocence, the number 6 answer.
Songs of Experience.
Songs of Experience, the number 3
The last
answer.
So that's been what, the last 4.
You need 2 to go.
2 to go. How to dismantle? I reckon Pop's in there. I reckon Pop's it. Well, I can't. How dismantle? I can't imagine being in
I
there.
think Zeropa will be in there.
I do like Zeropa. Yeah, Zeropa's patch, isn't it? But I mean, I also think Pop is one's quite divided by fans. We'll go for both. We'll go for both. So,
which one do you want to go for first?
Let's go with Zeropa first.
Europa first. Not in there.
Interesting. Pop.
Pop. Yes, number 4 answer.
Right.
1 to go.
How to dismantle? You've got Rattle and Hum, Unforgettable, Boy.
I reckon it's either All That You Can't Leave Behind or How to Dismantle Atomic Bomb. I think it's one of those two.
I prefer how to dismantle, but yeah, one or the other. All That You Can't Leave Behind.
Okay, All That You Can't Leave Behind. No, Brian and Paul, get ready to steal.
Ooh.
What do you think, Brian?
No, they've still got.
All right.
Easy.
So we've got 2 wrong so far, right? Sorry,
Yeah,
I thought that was 3. I thought it was 3.
No, you've got 2 wrong. You've
2
got
wrong, right.
one more chance to redeem
You
yourself.
almost fell for my tactic there.
Good mind games, Paul.
So it's How to Dismantle or Rattle and Hum or Boy. I can't imagine it being War. I can't imagine it being Unforgettable. I mean, this is the fans, isn't it? What do you think, Bob? So you've got Rattle and Hum, How to Dismantle, or Boy, I reckon. It's between the 3.
I mean, I'd say probably.
Boy.
Well, I don't know. I mean, maybe. Well, I'd say either Rattle or Hum or How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb. Or, I mean, there's good songs on Rattle and Hum, so.
It's kind of a bit live, isn't it? All
How to
right.
Dismantle.
How to Dismantle. Yeah, let's go for it.
How to dismantle an atomic bomb. To win the game, the match, the series. Correct.
You know. It's quite funny that it's all the recent stuff.
Well done. Yes. You
Well
are the
played,
winners,
guys. Well
3-1. So
Yes,
yes, that
yes.
was
Again?
number 5 answer.
What was the list again? To remind us, the list of shame.
Okay, yes, it was from 6 downwards: Songs of Innocence, How to Dismantle an Atomic Bomb, Pop, Songs of Experience, No Line on the Horizon, and October. Now, in terms of ones that were nominated but missed out, you had All That You Can't Leave Behind, Joshua Tree, would you believe?
All right.
Yeah, so that was only the ones that were nominated. Joshua Tree had a solitary vote, and All That You Can't Leave Behind had a solitary vote as well. So, just for a bit of fun, we did have one question we never got to, so let's see what you can do with it. And that was going to be the top 10 U2 songs as rated by Rolling Stone magazine in 2019. So, what do you reckon? Top 10. Just shout them out.
Where the Streets Have No Name.
Where the Streets Have No Name was number 6.
1.
1 was the number 1 answer.
Desire.
Desire? No, it's not.
Pride.
Pride in the Name of Love.
No.
Was that in there? No.
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 What was the question, Stephen?
The top 10 U2 songs as rated by Rolling Stone magazine in 2019.
So silly singles.
Songs. Yep.
Okay. Hold me, kiss me, thrill me, kill me.
Changes every time.
And I think that's the first time he's actually said it right.
I didn't get my listening. It was kill me, thrill me. Was it wrong?
Right.
Oh,
Was it
Wrong.
wrong?
What about I Will Follow?
I Will Follow was the number 9 song, yes.
Beautiful
Sunday,
Day.
Sunday.
Well, I'll take Beautiful Day first. Yes, number 3 answer. Sunday
Yay.
Bloody Sunday was the 4th answer.
New Year's Day?
Oh.
New Year's Day? No.
Oh, it's controversial.
Bad? Yes,
Oh,
number
yeah,
5
oh.
answer.
With or without
Michael
you?
Jackson cover.
With, yeah, that would be interesting.
Oh, that
With
would
or
be
without you? Yep, number 7 answer. Really obvious one you're missing.
I still haven't found what I'm looking for.
That's
Correct.
right, yeah.
Number 2. Yep. So I think there's 2 to get.
All I Want Is You.
What about the songs, Ross?
You too, baby.
It's not in there, no.
Angel of Harlem.
Angel of Harlem? No.
2 to go. What about Sometimes You Can't Make It On Your Own?
No.
What about
Vertigo.
Ballad of Joey Ramone.
No.
Ballad of John and Yoko?
Vertigo.
There we go.
The Hands
Alfred
That Built
Hitchcock.
New York, or whatever it's
Hands
called.
That Built New York.
America. Simple New York.
Passengers.
Good
Miss
song.
Sarajevo. Miss Sarajevo.
Miss Sarajevo.
It's not U2 song, is it? It's not U2. What about who's going to ride your wild horses?
Who's going to ride your wild horses?
That's a good chat line, Ross.
No.
Staring at the sun.
Staring at the Sun.
What about A Sort of Homecoming?
A what?
A Sort of Homecoming.
A Sort of Homecoming. No.
Yep.
What about Vertigo?
Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band. With Paul McCartney.
No.
They did that
Vertigo.
on
Gloria.
Gloria.
Oh,
Helter Skelter.
do they know it's Christmas?
No, I'd already said that.
Oh,
Right, you're forgetting a very famous. Think back, Actung baby.
The Fly.
Serious Ways.
One.
Even better than the Real Thing.
Yay!
Yay! What go?
Even was number 10, even better than the real thing, which leaves you one to go, which I think you'll never get. So I'm going to help
What
you.
number is that, Stephen? What number is it?
So number 8.
Number 8. Is it an
still-
album track?
It is an album track, and it is
Cool.
from your favourite album, Ross.
I can't exactly what it is. It's Running to Standstill.
No, Ross. It's from your favourite U2 album.
All right. Is this Acting Baby by any chance? Oh no, for No Line on the Horizon. Sure.
Joey Ramone.
Yes, it's from No Line on the Horizon.
Right.
Ooh,
Oh, it's really
magnificent.
Magnificent.
It's a good tune, actually.
No.
Get on your boots.
No.
Album track for No Line on the Horizon. Jeez.
Yep.
Rolling Stone need shot. What to say?
Rolled away.
I'm trying to think of the songs on it. Magnificent's really good. Nah. I got that in a million years.
Third track on it, if memory serves.
And you put that in the top 10. Just shows you the journalists haven't got a clue what they're talking about.
All opinions.
Well, true, but to a point. But they did get 5 stars to be here now. You know, remember that.
I'll reveal it, will I?
Aye.
Yeah,
It
can't
was
think what.
Moment of Surrender.
Really?
Was the number 8 track.
Okay.
Strange choice.
Ah, is it? I would
It's
have thought
actually-
maybe.
It's a good read, actually. If you look it up online, yeah, that's got the obviously. I don't know if it was just the top 10. I'm sure it was actually more than that. But yeah, check it out. It's quite interesting. I think for Moment of Surrender, I think they make reference to how they performed it live and so on. But there you go.
Okay.
There we go, gents. There we go. So a win. So we've told you two when they should have split up, and we have delved back into their history there to try and answer some questions. How about that?
Yeah, good stuff. Yeah, really good. Interesting.
Alrighty. So with that, gents, well played, and
Yeah, good game.
farewell.
Good guy.
Good guy.
Good night. Good night.
Good night, Vienna.
Good night. Thank you.
I love it. I love it.